It was Ron Rainey's soccer program who was making noise from the get-go in their 2012 season. They became the first team in soccer program history to open up the season with 4 straight shutouts, outscoring their opponents 15-0 in the 4-game stretch. They also set the school record for shutouts in a season with 10. 2012 had its ups and downs for Sharon Digman and the volleyball team. However, the brightest spot came in the first week of October. Fresh off a 3-1 win at Indiana the night before, Iowa hit the road at number 12 Purdue, where they swept the Boilermakers. The sweep was a first over Purdue since 2000, Digman's first ever win over a ranked team on the road, and the highest ranked team she has ever defeated. The 2 straight conference wins was the first time that feat had happened since 2008. The following weekend marked a big one for the Iowa football team. After opening the conference season with a convincing win over Minnesota, Iowa traveled to Michigan State looking to start the conference season 2-0. After a defensive battle through much of the game, Iowa finally found pay dirt in the fourth quarter on a Mark Weissman 5-yard touchdown run. After exchanging field goals in the first overtime, in the second, Mike Meyer hit his 4th field goal of the day. It was then up to the defense to stop the Spartans.
Out of the shotgun, Maxwell's going to throw it. Looking left, throws that way. The pass is deflected. Intercepted! Iowa wins! Greg Castile grabs a tip pass. The Hawkeye defense turns one on the Michigan State defense.
Castillo's interception sealed the deal and earned head coach Kirk Ferentz his 100th career win at Iowa. In women's cross country, graduate student Marika Shrula gave Hawkeye running fans something to cheer about. Shrula finally had a healthy season in her final year, and it paid off in her final 3 meets of the season. Shrula finished 2nd in the Big Tens, 3rd at the Midwest Regionals, and 7th overall at the national meet. She became Iowa's 4th top 10 finisher at the national meet since 2006. The Iowa field hockey team was by far the most successful during the fall season. Nationally ranked the entire season, their final game of the regular season proved to be one for the dramatic. After falling behind 2-0 in the second half to number 8 Northwestern, Iowa got goals late from freshman Natalie Confone and senior Sarah Drake to send the game to overtime, where Iowa somehow, someway found a way to win on this goal off the deflection. It was a must-win in hopes of securing a spot in the NCAA tournament, a win that eventually paid off as Tracy Grisbaum's squad earned their 2nd straight trip to the Sweet 16. It was Iowa field hockey's 22nd trip to the NCAA tournament, the most of any Big Ten school. In the tournament, they played at Virginia, where they lost a heartbreaker 3-2. Moving on to the winter season, the women's basketball team advanced to their 6th straight NCAA tournament, the only team in the Big Ten Conference to have accomplished that feat. They had the opportunity to host the NCAA tournament's 1st and 2nd rounds, where Iowa knocked off a very good Miami squad the first round before falling to number 1 seed Notre Dame. But the storyline of the year was head coach Lisa Bluter notching career win number 600 at home against number 11 ranked Purdue. Iowa jumped out to a dominating 41-18 lead at halftime and never looked back. 8,576 fans filled the stands in Carver Hawkeye Arena that day as they witnessed Iowa improve to 5-0 against ranked opponents at the time, earning Bluter a win she will never forget. On the wrestling mat during the regular season, Iowa's brightest spot came on the evening of February 1st. A capacity crowd was on hand for Iowa's matchup with defending national champion Penn State. Matt McDonough got things off to a nail-biting start in the 1 vs. 2 matchup with an emotional overtime win over Nico Magaludis. Following him up was Tony Ramos, and I'm not sure if I've ever heard Carver Hawkeye Arena louder before after Ramos pinned Jordan Conaway.
Ramos, huge pin for the Hawkeyes.
Mark Ballweg, Derek St. John, Mike Evans, and Bobby Telford all also earned wins on the night, giving Iowa the 22-16 win over then number 1 ranked Penn State. Iowa would go on to win the Big Ten regular season title, finishing a perfect 8-0 in Big Ten duels. It was their 5th conference dual title in the last 6 years. And while it wasn't the showing Coach Brands and company were hoping for in Des Moines at the national championships, Derek St. John gave Hawkeye fans something to cheer about on the final night, becoming Iowa's 52nd national champion in a 3-2 decision over Jason Welch in the 157-pound finals.
For the first time ever, Derek St. John is a national champion.
However, the talk of the winter belonged to the men's basketball team. Flirting with the bubble of the NCAA tournament all season long, the team just couldn't get over the hump, just missing out on the NCAA tournament. For the second straight year, Fran McCaffrey's squad received a bid to the NIT and once again played in front of a sold-out crowd not once, but twice in a matter of 3 days. Iowa knocked off Indiana State and Stony Brook before having to go on the road to Virginia in the quarterfinals. Iowa was a team that just could not get that signature road win throughout the season, but they finally got one with the season on the line in Charlottesville, Virginia, a place the Cavaliers didn't lose once throughout the ACC season. Iowa rode the back of junior guard Devin Marble as he poured in 24 points en route to a 75-64 statement victory. The win sent Iowa packing for New York City for the NIT semifinals, where another ACC opponent in Maryland awaited the Hawkeyes. Iowa jumped out to a 5-point first-half lead and led by double digits much of the second half before Eric May sealed the deal with a step-back three in the closing minutes, sending Iowa to the NIT championship game against Baylor.
8 seconds to shoot. 1 minute to play in the game. Eric, a step back. Good! A three by Eric May!
The win was Iowa's 25th of the season, which is tied for the second most in program history. Wrapping up the winter season, the men's gymnastics team landed on their feet at the national meet to close out the season. Iowa needed to finish in the top 3 of the qualifying meet to advance to the team finals, and they did just that. But it didn't come without a little controversy in the score. Iowa ends up advancing to the NCAA team finals by 1/10 of a point. They would wind up finishing 5th overall, which marked the highest finish nationally by a men's gymnastics team at Iowa since 2000. It was their first finals appearance since 2006. Javier Balboa and Anton Grushayev both earned All-American honors for the team. In the spring, the softball team earned 30 victories on the season, which was the most since 2009. They earned 6 victories over teams in the top 25, and sophomore shortstop Megan Blank became the all-time single-season leader in batting average, hitting .437 on the season, topping a record that stood for 20 years. Entering her junior season, she is batting .413 in her career, which is also tops in program history. And finally, Stephen Ime helped the men's golf team earn their 5th straight NCAA regional appearance. The junior was named first team All-Big Ten and earned co-medalist honors in the Hawkeye Great River Entertainment Invite and the Boilermaker Invite, becoming the first Hawkeye to win back-to-back tournaments since 1970. Congratulations to all teams on their seasons and for representing the University of Iowa in a first-class manner. Best of luck to everyone in the upcoming 2013-2014 season.